listening to the What the Wrestling Podcast, the show that brings you all things wrestling with your host, RJD.
Oh, you already know what time it is. The very first edition of Monday Night Raw with the game in charge. How was it? Was it good? Was it bad? Let's talk about it. But before we do, y'all already know what we about to do. Check out my socials. Follow me, RJD199 on Instagram, RJ699 on Twitter, RJD199 on Snapchat. Most importantly, follow What the Wrestling on Facebook and YouTube and TikTok. Follow What the Wrestling on Spotify and Anchor. Let us get into the show. Let's go. Yes. Tis I, RJD here. Welcome to What the Wrestling, the show that brings you all things wrestling. I am your host, RJD. And man, do we have some stuff to talk about today. Yet even more news on Vincent Kennedy McMahon. Our first game post Vince McMahon. The Triple H and Stephanie era has begun. We also have your Monday Night Raw review. We got a lot to get into. But before all that, like the goddamn video. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. You already have the socials in the beginning. If you didn't see it, run it back. If you did see it and you want to see it at the end, wait till the end as you should. And it will be back up on your screen. For my audio listeners, just run it back, man. Y'all know how we do. Man, oh man. Let's go. Vince McMahon may be in some deeper trouble than any of us first anticipated. The federal prosecutors, SEC, probing ex-WWE CEO Vince McMahon for the hush money payments. Let's talk about it. This is from CNBC.com. The Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, for those of you who don't know, and federal prosecutors have launched probes into payments made by World Wrestling Federation. See, I'm talking about WWF. Look at me.
You stupid.
World Wrestling Entertainment. DC, I miss WWF. That's when WWE was at its best. But I still messed that up.
You stupid.
So, World Wrestling Entertainment CEO Vince McMahon to settle allegations of sexual misconduct, according to a new report by the Wall Street Journal. Man, let's talk about this. Whoever that leak is that's been leaking everything to the Wall Street Journal, they've been news heavy and hot and heavy on this for like the last month. So whoever's that leaky source, man, goddamn. Whoever's getting this information, kudos to you. I continue. Excuse me. The WWE on Monday disclosed $14.6 million in previously unrecorded expenses paid personally by McMahon, who announced his retirement on Friday. Let's stop it right there. First, remember, we thought it was reported that it was $12 million amongst 4 women that ultimately he ended up paying off. But now this is talking about $14 million instead of 12 that was undisclosed. Very interesting. Let's continue. The company also hinted that the misconduct allegations are already the subject of an ongoing independent review overseen by the board of directors, are under investigations by other entities, but did not specify which agencies. That's bad. So let's stop. So basically, they're coming at them from all angles. That's what that means. And they ain't even trying to disclose how many agencies are involved in this. So this is bad. This is bad. Continuing, according to the Wall Street Journal, these federal investigations into McMahon hastened his retirement from the company. McMahon, 76, is the largest shareholder in the company with an approximate 32% stake. So he couldn't have gotten voted out because he has a majority stake in the company. In regards to shares, he has the most shares out of anybody, so he couldn't have been voted out on the board as well. So he had to step down, because if he didn't step down, this would have been further embarrassing for WWE. This would have tarnished WWE's reputation, and it might have messed up their TV deals. Let me explain. Who's to say these allegations just keep coming and coming and coming and coming for the next month, month and a half, 2 months, and then in a couple of years when Fox and USA have to renew these TV deals, they say, you know what? We don't want to do business with you. Who's to say the Saudis, because you know they're getting that Saudi Arabia money, who's to say they don't look at it like, you know what? We're going to take a step back because we don't want to do business with you anymore, because doing business with you is messy, and us being in bed with you is a bad idea. Listen, if it don't make money, it don't make sense. And at the end of the day, these people speak one language. These people speak one language, and that language is money. And they don't see black, white, Asian, Hispanic. They see green. And if the green ain't right, nothing ain't right. And the crazy thing is, these funds were undisclosed. So they found WWE disclosed this $14.1 million, but it was unrecorded expenses. Not undisclosed. I misspoke. It was unrecorded expenses paid personally by Vince McMahon. So if he used funds from the company, he fucked up to pay these women off. He fucked up. That's bad. That is very bad.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
If he used these funds, if they find out that he used company funds to pay these people off, or he transferred those funds to him and then he paid them off from his account after transferring them from the WWE account, ooh,
Damn, son.
he gonna need to get some help.
Stop it. Get some help.
That's bad. Let me continue. McMahon allegedly paid nearly $15 million to women from 2006 through this year to ensure their silence over alleged affairs and misconduct. The WWE said it would reflect the unrecorded expenses in updated reports for 2019 and 2020 and 2021, as well as this year first quarter when it reports its second quarter earnings. Yikes. Terrible.
How dare you?
So it looks like he fucked up from what this report is saying. The company was set to report August 9th, but revisions could delay that, WWE said. So Another thing that happened, shares of WWE rose more than 8% to reach a new 52-week high on Monday. A new 52-week high, which is great. Hold on, where's my money thing at? As investors became more bullish about the potential sale of the wrestling and media company, the stock is up 45% so far this year, outpacing the S&P 500, which is more than 16%, which is off more than 16% in 2022. So here's the deal, and this will take us right into Monday Night Raw. Vince paid nearly $15 million to women from 2006 to now, when initially it was said that he paid $12 million to 4 women. Now they're saying it's been nearly $15 million, and we have yet to see what major news is supposed to come out, because there was more news that was supposed to come out from the Wall Street Journal regarding more payoffs and more allegations and things like that. So because this stuff isn't out yet, who knows if the big hammer hasn't even been like slammed? Because we could have a Thanos situation where it's like, and Vince McMahon gets snapped right into jail because this is bad. Oh man. I don't know. Listen, I don't know. This does not look good at all, because it's looking more and more like Vince didn't use his personal funds to pay these women off, which would not have been a illegal thing. You mess up, you want them to be quiet, get them to sign the NDA, use your own money, that's fine. But if you're using money from this billion-dollar company, which is a no-no, and then you got the SEC and all these other, who knows if it's FBI, who knows who else is sitting here poking into their company. And it's like I always say, if you go digging for dirt, you're going to find it. If you're in a relationship with your lady, or your lady you're in a relationship with your man, and you go digging for dirt, you can interpret anything as dirt. He or she could have said hi to another woman, and you'll be like, oh, you're cheating. You said hi to them. Who is this person? You know what I'm saying? You just never know. If you go digging hard enough, you'll find what you're looking for. And in regards to that, I can apply this same concept to WWE, because Vince knew, and the fact that he retired early, he moved up his retirement, because he had set to retire last Friday. He had made the decision to do it last Friday. So he knew the hammer was coming. He knew it. That hammer was going to come down. It was like, it was coming. So instead of, he tried to be preemptive and just back down. Whatever happens with the company happens. It's in good hands. Now he got to go deal with that. Now he got to go deal with this. And he has an excellent lawyer, and he's already beaten the federal government once back in the day when they had the steroid trial. He was on trial for allegedly supplying people with steroids. I got something in my eye. But he beat that case, and he talked about it for years, how, I beat the federal government. Ha ha ha. They can't F with me. And now, looks like that's coming back to bite him in the booty. This is not looking good. I don't want to see nobody go to jail, especially not Vince McMahon at freaking damn near 80 years old. But if he did some shady shit and they get wind of it and they catch it, you reap what you sow at the end of the day. So this is not a good look for Vince McMahon. Stepping down was probably the best and greatest thing he could do for this company, creative wise and for what he could do for this company moving forward. Because I've been saying for years, it's looking like Nick Khan is getting this company ready to be sold. But just because it looks like this company is going to be sold doesn't mean if they do sell the company, that they're going to sell it and want it to fail. If somebody buys something, they want it to succeed. So just because WWE gets sold, if it does get sold, doesn't mean that they want it to flounder and wither and die. That's not it. But I will keep an eye on this Wall Street Journal news. If something else comes out about Vince, best believe you will hear it here on What the Wrestling. But man, I don't know what's gonna happen with this guy. I don't know what he got. I don't know what he's doing with himself. You know, he's a workaholic. I don't know how he's gonna fight this, but hopefully, for his sake, they don't keep digging and find some other shit, being that he's already stepped down. So we'll see. Now, the share price, as it said, was up a lot in percentage. I've been looking at it all day, and it's been jumping up because people are thinking that it's going to be sold. And you know what? People said, "Oh, Triple H and Stephanie, can they really run the company? It's gonna be a problem because the people don't understand. They don't understand the business side. Man, they're gonna be a-okay. Stephanie and Triple H are gonna be a-okay running WWE properly. I have no worries that this company is going to be run properly. And listen, we are not going to see everything built in one day. So if you thought everything was going to be built and it was going to be NXT 3.0 on Monday Night Raw, stupid. No, don't be stupid. Just like Monday Night Raw didn't take a long time. It took a long time for it to get to this point. It's going to take a long time for Triple H and Stephanie to put in the people that they want to be in. And once that happens, you will start to see change. Give it about 6 to 12 months. And then we'll start to see some real substantial change happening. Until then, don't be stupid. It's not going to happen overnight. But Monday Night Raw, live from my hometown, New York City. And it was a good show. Decent show. It was a regular show last night. There was nothing out of the ordinary. But watching this show now, it's like I'm watching it with fresh eyes. If that makes sense. It's like, will they stop saying championship title and say championship belt? Will they stop saying WWE Universe and start saying the WWE fans? Will we have longer matches? Will we see something small here or something small there? That's what I'm interested in. I'm finally, as I pet the cat here, my cat just meowed. I'm finally looking at WWE and I'm like, man, they are really doing some... change is really going to happen. Like, change is really going to come. And that really excites me. I'm really, really happy about that. I really want to see WWE succeed. And I think Triple H is going to be on point. We got to get Kevin Dunn up out of there. We got to get Bruce Pritchard up out of there. But once that happens, I think we will finally start to see his vision on what he wants to do creatively. Until then, we'll see the little small things here and there. And I'm fine with that. So we started off with Logan Paul and The Miz with a pull-apart brawl. That is how the show opened. And I'm going to bounce around here, as I always do on Monday Night Raw. But The Miz and Logan Paul had a pull-apart brawl to start the show. So it started like that, which was already... I was already like, oh, okay. Let's go. Ring the bell, baby. Ring the bell. And they had a nice pull-apart brawl. I kind of like pull-apart brawls, to be honest. And that was cool with me. So after that, they went in on each other. And then we got your Tribal Chief. Your Tribal Chief came out and he said, Madison Square Garden, acknowledge me. So everybody acknowledged him. You know, everybody was like, bro, man, let's go. We finally see you on TV. Yay. So, about goddamn time. So, Roman is out there. Paul Heyman cuts a promo saying that, oh man, there's something else in my eye. Jesus Christ. Paul Heyman cuts a promo saying that, you know, this SummerSlam, this is going to be the last SummerSlam match for Brock. He's saying their names are tied together like The Rock and like Stone Cold, and he mentioned other guys. And he basically hyped up the match the same way he's always been hyping up the match. Theory came down and interrupted, and this was why I love my city, New York City. Theory came down and interrupted, and he said, listen, man, look, I want you to look at the scene around you. Understand what's happening around you. Your daddy isn't here anymore. And everybody was like, oh, Sweat. And then we got, in typical New York fashion, we got Who's Your Daddy chants. I love New York, man. Shout out to the Boston Red Sox and Pedro Martinez. If you are a Yankee fan in this city, you know all about the Who's Your Daddy chants. Oh, man, you know all about that. Man, good times. I love baseball, too. Good times. But after the Who's Your Daddy chants, we had, he brushed up against Jey Uso. Jey Uso was about to knock his head off, but we went to commercial. We came back from commercial. He started talking. Drew McIntyre interrupted him. And when Drew McIntyre interrupted him, they basically started an impromptu match. So they had a very nice match. Drew was getting the better of him for the most part. And the match ended when Sheamus came out of nowhere and started attacking Drew McIntyre. Sheamus, Rich Holland, and Pete Dunne, a.k.a. Butch, and Bobby Lashley ran down to make the save on Drew McIntyre. So then that prompted another match. First of all, that finish was lame. Trash ass finish. The DQ finishes I hate. That's why I love AEW. They rarely do DQ finishes. But I hate DQ finishes. They suck. Then we had Drew McIntyre, Bobby Lashley against Theory and Sheamus after this pull-apart impromptu DQ match by Drew and Theory. This match was really good. A lot going on. The end came when Theory had Bobby Lashley on his shoulders for the A-Town down. Dolph Ziggler came out of nowhere, and because of the distraction, Bobby Lashley was able to reverse it, put him in the hurt lock. He tapped immediately because he did not want further damage, because this is the Go Home show. SummerSlam is next week. Or yeah, no, this is not the Go Home show. Sorry.
Stupid.
SummerSlam is coming up really soon. I think, is it SummerSlam next week? I think SummerSlam is next week. So I'm going to have to take that stupid back. But he didn't want to get hurt because the pay-per-view was so close. And that was all she wrote about that. He takes his briefcase, he turns around, he walks up the ramp, and he catches a super kick party from the Usos. Roman comes out and he says, listen, when you come on Sunday, right, make sure you bring this, okay? Make sure you bring this. So that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. I liked it. We had Rey Mysterio come out and cut a promo. His 20th anniversary, which was cool. He had his 20th anniversary, came back, talked about a lot of things, reminisced with the fans. That was pretty cool. Then Judgment Day came out, and we had ourselves a Mysterios versus Judgment Day match. And this match was really good. A lot of good wrestling here. Solid TV match. Double 619s. Then we had the, Eddie Guerrero Frog Splash. And that was all she wrote for Judgment Day. And I just want to say one thing. Shout out to Rey and the Mysterios. Love them. But Judgment Day looked like it was so promising with Edge. And now, all they do is lose.
Surprise, motherfucker.
This does not surprise me.
Emotional damage.
Man, how the mighty have fallen. Craziness. There was another attack backstage when they had a cake and Rey Mysterio's daughter was there. And they had a cake back there for him, and he went back there, and they were celebrating. She had the purple suit that he had 20 years ago in one of the WCW matches. It escapes me which one, if I'm not mistaken. But it was all the purple mask with the purple suit, the purple ring gear, which was cool. And then we see a returning Rhea Ripley. And Rey Mysterio's daughter is like, get out of here. Rhea mushes her, pulls Rey out. They start fighting. Dominic goes for the save. And then Judgment Day beats him up and beats them all up. And Finn Balor says, it's my birthday. It's not your 20th anniversary. And stomps him in the chest. And then we had another segment where Judgment Day was coming to beat him up again after he was on the gurney. He's holding his shoulder. You know, oh, my shoulder. My shoulder. And then half of Judgment Day comes from the front. Everybody is distracted. And then Rhea Ripley kicks him off the gurney. Big boot style. Man, Ray had a rough night at the office, man. God damn.
Nope.
Rhea was just like, and she kicked him. And I'm like, God damn, Ray. Ray's getting his ass kicked tonight. He's like earning that paycheck. So that was cool. So that was basically the Rhea Ripley. Good to see her back. Good to see her back. Next we had Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair. They came out for a very short confrontation. Didn't last very long. They just brawled. And they had themselves a pull-apart brawl, which was great. Then we had Alexa Bliss fight Doudrop. She beat Doudrop. Okay, cool. We had Chad Gable and AJ Styles versus the what the hell am I talking about? We had the Alpha Academy versus AJ Styles and Ziggler. I don't know what the hell I was
Stupid.
Oh man, totally messed that package up. What else did we have? Yeah, and then we had The Miz confronting Logan Paul again, which I didn't like, because if they would have just left it at the beginning with the pull-apart brawl, maybe both of them had backstage segments, that would have been okay. But the way they did it, I didn't like. He came out, Logan Paul comes out, the crowd does not want to cheer Logan Paul.
Stupid.
They want to boo him.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
So the fact that he's a babyface, trash. The crowd just wants to go. They don't want to cheer this guy. Make this guy a goddamn heel, please. So he comes out. He says he's ready for a fight. Maurice comes out. Then The Miz comes out. And then the line of the night is, Maurice says something, and then Logan Paul laughs and he says, your wife's got bigger balls than you. And then Ciampa comes out and distracts everybody. Logan Paul fights Ciampa off, gets hit with the skull-crushing finale, and that was all she wrote for Logan Paul. They didn't need to have this segment. They really didn't, but I think this is going to be actually a surprisingly good match, believe it or not. But Logan Paul is very unlikable. When he talks, you just want to punch him in the face. He's a natural dickhead. Just let him be booed. I can cheer for The Miz. I've cheered for him before. I like The Miz. The Miz can be a very good guy when he's passionate, and he could be a good babyface. He's a better heel. The Miz is a better heel. But against this guy, Logan Paul, the crowd does not want to cheer this guy. They want to boo him. So let them boo him. Jesus Christ. WWE's just like,
How about no?
just let them boo this guy. Sheesh. The main event of the evening was the Bloodline versus the Street Profits and Riddle. And this was a very, very good match, especially the last 7 minutes. The last 7 minutes was really good. We had a bunch of dives to the outside with the Usos and Montez. And after that, we had Riddle hit the DDT on Roman Reigns, set up for the RKO, but he got countered and he got speared instead. And the ref messed up the count. The ref was like, 1, 2, 3. That was funny. But anyway, the Bloodline wins. Riddle is sitting there all beat up. And then here comes Seth, you guessed it, freaking Rollins. And he comes out, and he stomps Riddle, throws him on the outside, hits him with the ring steps, puts his head through stomps him again, puts his head through the ring steps, and then stomps his head on the ring steps. I know, it's a lot of ring steps.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
So, all in all, was it a perfect show? Was it a perfect show?
How about no?
But all in all, am I looking at it with interest, and I'm intrigued about what's going on, and I'm interested to see where they go next?
Oh yeah!
So, I'll take it. This is the first time in a long time where I've watched WWE and I thought to myself, you know what? I don't know where they're going. I wonder what's going to happen. I'm very excited to see SmackDown. I'm very excited to see Monday Night Raw for 3 freaking hours. I'm so excited to see NXT, to see how they switch up NXT, if they even do switch up NXT. I'm excited, and you should be too. Decent show. Not a bad show, but a decent show. We had more wrestling on this show too. And we had no 24/7 title. Thank God. Get rid of that piece of trash. Take it to the back. Load the shoddy. And shoot that title to smithereens. Please. But with that being said, that's all I got for you guys today. It is RJD. I am here. And I am about to go out, hit the gym, watch NXT, do some streaming. So check out my socials. And I am out. Y'all good people, be safe. Stay hydrated. Stay dry. Peace.
Down the Marco.